Hey guys, we still have a few minutes. We're going to let some people start wandering in. Is everybody excited about the new product at Cricut? I'm just going to ask that, and we may have to repeat this a couple of times. Tonight's project that we're doing that you see on the screen there is really quick, really fast. So we're going to do the project and get it out of the way, and then we're going to go into discussion and go over the new Cricut product. So if you guys can hold off on your questions for that until after we finish the tutorial that we had planned for tonight, I would greatly appreciate it. That way we're not jumping around all over the place, and those who are watching back on the replay can get through the project or skip over the project and get to that, and vice versa. Oh, wait. I'm glad you made it, Connie. You can check back on the playback as well. Like I said, tonight's project's really quick, really simple, and easy. We're just going to go over a couple of product things and what I did, and we're going to put it together. And it's going to go together really, really fast. So after that, we're going to talk about the new infusible ink from Cricut and go over all of the ins and outs or whatever, all the information you've had, and try to give you correct information, true information. I know that when it was first released today, it was leaked by Michaels, and then it went up on Cricut, and then Cricut did their thing. So there's some mixed matched information, and we'll try to clarify everything for everybody. I even got mixed information. So we're going to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So let's go over and look at this design space. And guys, I only cut the iron-on. Now you can cut some stuff in vinyl and all of that stuff too if you want, and we'll go over that when we get to it to dress this up even more. But I just threw together a little card here, and this is a printing cut. Let's see. Right here you have, let me see if I can fix this for a moment. Let me go over to the main page here. Oh, there we go. This is print and cut. You're going to print it. We went over print and cut last week. And this is the card that I made. And all I did was change this, guys, to no fill right here. And changed it, let's see, let me just, to no fill. And then it's going to give you a solid image. So when you do that solid image, you can duplicate it and flip it over. And I just stuck a square in between them because it's rounded at the top. And when they're rounded at the top, it's sometimes kind of difficult to make a card out of that. So if you put a little square in there, that'll give you a place to fold the card, and you'll still have something really cute. And then we just attached Happy Father's Day in there. You can change this. You can do hamburgers and hot dogs. This is a design space image, so you guys can change it out if you want. And then you have the Chillin and the Grillin, and they are design space images as well, or access images. I did use Magnolia Sky for this, the wording, if you want to add some things or change some things. And then I made some grill pieces down here. And those may change based on your size pan. Now, I am using a 9-inch cake pan from Walmart. It was $1.48, and that's why I made it this size. So you may need to stretch it or shrink it. You're not going to be able to stretch it much, well, at all, because it's 11.5 inches. But you can still make it work, and I'm going to show you how you can make it work, because it can get a little flimsy in the middle with all that cut out. But I've got a solution for it, and let's go over to the overhead camera, and we will show you guys. And I apologize, guys, if I go silent for a moment, because I am still sick, and I apologize. I can't. My voice is still on the edge of coming back completely. So, here we have Like I said last week when we did our video, you're going to need one of these bowls. And this is just a serving bowl from Walmart. And they come in different colors. You can find them over in the food section, the barbecue section, or the seasonal section, I call it. It doesn't say. This is Red Engine. Yes, it does. 5.5 quart. It's a 5.5 quart bowl. So you're going to need that. And I have not put anything on the shirt. I did not cut anything for the shirt because I need my bigger press and I don't have room to do it here. So you guys can put whatever you want on your shirt for Father's Day or whatever you're making your gift for your theme. And you're just going to put your iron-on it and place it in the bottom of the bowl. Then you're going to take your cake pan. And this is the 9-inch. It's 1.5 inches deep. It was $1.48 as well, both of them. So $3 in that, 2 in the shirt. We're at $5. And you're just going to place it right in there. It's going to fit right in. And then you're going to set it to the side. Okay? I cut this piece, and it's gray in the file, out of the foil craft board. And then I cut another one in the black out of the craft board. And in case you guys haven't seen that, I know I brought it in here so I could show you guys. There it is. This is the craft board in black. Comes in white, black. You can use whatever color you want, but I use black to kind of look like the charcoal. That's what I was going for. And then I used the foil craft board, and don't pay attention to my ripped cover because I couldn't get my plastic pieces off. But I used the silver piece out of that for the grill part itself. And then I just used a piece of I think this is the peach colored cardstock from Cricut to do my card. So the card, I did a print and cut, and I glued it onto the front of the card and just folded it over to make my hamburger. That was it. Super simple, super quick. And guys, this is a project for you to do with your kids, for them to do for their dads for Father's Day. So I wanted to keep it simple and fast because we know sometimes their attention spans can't do an hour-long project. So this is just going to be really quick and easy. So card, super simple. They have one piece to glue on it and one fold to make. And they may need a little help with this. It does have a curved score line on it. And if you have the maker, you use the scoring wheel. It should curve for you pretty good. It's going to be a little difficult to get that craft board to curve, but regular cardstock will, if you're using that, it will curve really, really well. You're just going to just gently fold them over. They don't have to be perfect. This is more of like a decor element than anything. And I did save all of my little pieces that came out because I can use those on cards for various different things to dress up other cards in my card making. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to fold the same 4 tabs on the black. And it folds a little bit easier than the foil does, and I think it's that coating that's on that foil is why. Now you can glue this, or you can use glue dots, whatever you want to do. You don't need a lot of anything, and I just tore that off in the wrong spot, but that's okay. And I'm just going to run a strip of glue dots right down the middle of my craft board here. I don't need a lot I don't need to stick this whole thing, but if you want yours to stick, just put them wherever you feel like you need them, or glue it. Again, I was just making this simple for the kids. Now I am staggering it just to give it more support, and I'm just going to press that down in the middle. Super easy. And then this is going to go on the inside of the pan. I just knocked my iron on the floor. There we go. It's super simple, super easy. And again, it's a decorative piece. I think I would glue it because it's not cooperating. I need to bend it further. You may need to bend yours a little bit more as well. You might even want to make it a 1/4 inch smaller. Make it 11.25 instead of 11.5. Because I cut this and tested it with regular cardstock and it fit perfect. And now that I've doubled it up, it wants to kind of bow a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to say take this, guys, take this down to, let me cut a piece off of it and see if that will do it. Where I put my scissors. When I tested it with cardstock, it fit perfect. But we all know that this stuff is much thicker than, I'm just cutting off a couple of tabs to give me that area back. So if you're using the craft board like I am, I may have to resize that whole file for you guys. I think I'm going to take it down a 1/4 inch. So if you got the file already, change it to 11.25 and you should be fine. It'll sit right down in there. So I'm not going to fuss with mine anymore. I think it's fine. I would glue those down on second thought. So let me pull that loose. I am going to get my glue just to make it where it won't warp. And just go down each one. You're going to be better off. It was fine, like I said. If you're using cardstock, you won't have to do anything. But if you are using the craft board, you need to adjust the size. Just a 1/4 inch, not much. You want it just to sit inside of that pan. You don't want it to you don't want it to sit on the outside. I'm just going to press that down. My messy gluing. So yeah. Who knew that? Well, I did know that. I didn't think it would be that big of a difference with 2 pieces of the craft board though. But I was wrong. So I'm just going to take off a couple of tabs so it will sit. But you can see that it does fit perfectly in the pan if you're using just regular cardstock. Now, because I have this barbecue sauce and I'm putting that in there, it's too heavy for any of the craft boards. So I've got a piece of foam that I got. Now, if you have a gift that you're putting inside yours, you probably won't need it. But you can make a little box or take a piece of cardboard and make a square. Just something to support that on the top when it's in that pan, okay? And you might even want to throw a glue dot on those tabs to hold it into the pan. So either way you want to do it, it will work. Let me set that to the side. So we've got our little grill going. Now we need some towels, and I'm just using some kitchen cloths that I got from Walmart. These were like $2, so we're up to about $7, $8 if you want to count the barbecue sauce. Okay, and then I did get my little tongs. These are the little $1 and the $1.88 little set, and I'm putting those right in there with that barbecue sauce and stuff, right on the top. My hamburger, it's going to go in there on the little grill piece. And you guys are going to see this in just a second. Let's just go ahead and get our towels done. So these have these little stars and they're raised on there. And I get questions all the time about, can you put iron on towels? Well, if I were to use a foil or regular iron-on, you're going to see this lumpy, bumpy stars behind it. And it's going to be smooth on the rest of it. And sometimes we want to make sure that doesn't happen to us. We don't want that to be seen. So how do you avoid that? I'm turn on my little miniature easy press here. My little guy. Try to get you guys more room, get you more in the camera here for this. We are using Caesar Strip Flock Pro. So all of you guys who have never used it before, Strip Flock Pro is kind of a, well, it's not kind of, it's a fuzzy material. It gives it that suede look. That's going to give you that applique look. This stuff, guys, is not like any of the old strip flock that we used to get. This is a brand new product from Caesar. And it weeds beautifully. The other stuff, you may have seen me work with it before. It does, it's really hard to weed. It rips and tears and does all of that. But this stuff, guys, is a dream. And I don't know if it's going to show on camera, but it's nice and soft and smooth. This stuff is perfect for baby clothes too, guys. We all like how pretty the glitter is and the bling, but it can be rough on a baby's skin. This stuff is perfect. It's just really, really soft. I'm just going to weed this out. And I left these to weed so you guys could see how easily it did weed from the old stuff. If you've used any of the old stuff, you know exactly what I mean. This is near impossible this small. But it's weeding just beautifully. And this is my first time ironing the new on, so you guys get to play with it with me. I think I got them all. That's our little beer glass. And then I've weeded some of these so that you could see them and not, it cuts beautifully. I cut this on the flocked iron-on setting, and it cut just fine. I used a green mat to hold it onto the mat. But this stuff weeds really, really, really well. It's almost like working with Easy Weed. And I was really surprised. Now you do want to, when you're doing letters, be careful, just like with any other iron-on or vinyl. Your dots of your eyes, I don't know why they always want to be a problem. Looks like I kept those. And it does have a pressure sensitive backing. Which means that it's sticky. The backing is sticky. And I did this in that Magnolia font, and sometimes that font can be tricky to work with on these R's. I'm just trying to be careful not to rip my iron-on while I get that out of there. There we go. Wow, that did pretty good. Better than I expected it would. So there is that piece. And I got two little pieces here. And this goes on at 311 degrees. So if you're using an easy press, you're going to have to choose between 310 or 315. And I'm using 310. Should be just fine. Oops, better take those out of my L's. Double check all of your letters. Make sure you get all of your weeding done. That looks good. Yeah, this stuff is excellent for onesies, guys. your print and cut issue. Oh, good, Pat. I'm glad that you got that fixed. But this stuff is excellent, guys. I think if you ever try the strip flock, when you do pot holders or baby clothes or towels, you're going to be hooked because of the way that it goes on. And I'm just going to heat, just like you do any other, you're going to preheat your fabric. I'm just going to preheat it. And don't worry, we all know red turns a weird color when it gets heated, but it'll go back. And then I'm going to do this at an angle with the point and just put it in here like this. And I'm starting with my base layer, which is as a matter of fact, I think because I'm going to go up to 315. I said I was going to use 310, but I'm going to go up to 315 because I am going to be using the protective sheet from Cricut, and it's a little bit thicker than a regular Teflon sheet. So I'm going to go that 315 temp. And I'm just going to place it on and apply it. It's supposed to be for 15 seconds, but I'm going to give it about 10, and I'm going to take it off there because I just want it to stick. And it is a warm or a cold peel. And it's not stuck yet, so maybe my sheet may be just too much for it. And my temp dropped too. It sucked up a lot of heat. This thing is really thick, so you may want to account for that, guys, when you're doing this. And we just want it to just barely stick. We don't need it to stick completely yet, just a little bit, because we're layering. Because that is the beauty about the new Strip Flock Pro. You can layer it right on top of itself. I think that goes right there. I'm going to place that one on. And then I can go right on top of that. Don't even have to cover it. It's like a suede type, but you won't see the texture. It's going to look like it's all one level. You don't see that texture of those stars where it's raised up from under that. And like I said, cool or warm peel. And now I'm going to lay that right there. And I didn't lose any dots. I think that's the way it was. Maybe I didn't pay attention, but I may have lost a few dots when I weeded. But I don't think that I did. And this is the last layer, so I'm going to heat it for the full amount of time. And we're just going to, I really don't even put any pressure on it, just a little when it's first started to hand pressure. And it's done. And now you can see that you can't see those stars from that. And it's not just because it's 3 levels. If you look here, it all looks one level. You're not seeing the texture of these raised stars up under it like you would with the foils or the regular iron-on. So that's the beauty of this, and it's really, really soft. So nice little bit of information there. Caesar has the only strip flock in the business that can be layered on top of itself. It can be used as a base. You can put foil on the top, glitter on the top, everyday iron-on the top of it. As long as you aren't putting things over the top of those, because we know that you can't layer on top of those, but you can put them on top of this and iron it on. But it's a super fun medium to work with. I really do like it. And if you use a Teflon sheet, that was the issue. That Teflon sheet from Cricut is really thick. Yeah, it does look like an applique. And so you'll want to account for the thickness of that Cricut sheet. Because see, without it, the 10 seconds was fine. You just want it to stick. It doesn't have to be down completely. And this piece really should be gray, guys. I'm doing it in white because I forgot to buy my gray strip flock. I got every color I needed except gray. I thought I had it in the cart, but when I went to pick up my order, it wasn't in there and it wasn't on my order. And then let's see. I think I put the orange one there. Just going to give it a few seconds. It is called Strip Flock Pro. There is a link in the description down below, so you guys can click on that and it'll take you right to the Strip Flock Pro page. And I'm just going to be careful taking this off because I'm going to do my final heat. And I did mirror that one so my flame was going a different direction. So make sure you mirror. I did flip one is what I meant. And now we're going to heat this one the whole time. Thank you, Sue. I apologize. You guys may hear me drinking, but my throat is going out. Okay. And there we have it. You want to let it cool, of course. You don't want to wash it for 48 hours. But how cute is that? It does look like an applique, and it's on there. It is a little thicker than your Easy Weeds. But again, it's more like a fabric. It's got like suede. So then you have your towels to put in. You want some of that grill piece to show back there. But we're just making a basket out of it. We're grilling and chilling. Let's put that one on the top. And then just decorate it up like you want. Make sure you get the kids' card in there. Probably 2 utensils will do it, guys. And then if you want to, like I said, put something on the shirt, you can even put some vinyl around the edge of the bowl if you want. But how cute is that? Really, really, really cute, I think. Let's put this one under here. And there you go. Cute little Father's Day gift. Again, if you're using the craft board like I did, make sure you resize those grill pieces to 11.25. If you are using cardstock and putting support under it, if you've got something heavy like your barbecue sauce, if you don't have the barbecue sauce, you probably won't need it. Put you a piece of foam or do a square of cardboard up under it to hold it up, or put a second t-shirt in there. So be something really cute, really inexpensive, and easy to do for Dad with the kids. Just make sure that you monitor them while they're doing the iron-on pieces. So there you go. And I did not put an iron-on for the shirt in this file, guys, because all dads are different. They all like different things. And there are tons of things in Design Space that you can use to do that. So now that we have done that, let's get to the elephant in the room. What do you guys say? Who knows what I'm talking about? Yeah, that would make a great hostess gift. If you're going to a barbecue, make a great little hostess gift for whoever's throwing the barbecue. So let's go over and take a look at the new product. So who's ready for who's ready for this infusible ink? I know you guys have questions. Everybody's been asking questions. So this, I have mixed information. So I am going to go and give you guys the information I have. I am not going to swear that it is 100% right until after I have the product in my hand and have tested it for myself. Okay? So if you're looking for sublimation and you don't have it, this is similar to sublimation, very, very close, without the cost of sublimation inks, printers. I'm not going to include blanks in that because you're going to need blanks for this as well. What do we mean by blanks? Blanks are things that will take this type of ink, okay? This will not work on cotton, guys. If you're a cotton person like I am, you cannot use this on your cotton $2 Walmart t-shirts that you get. It's not going to work on those. I'm just going to tell you right now. Your canvas totes, if they're cotton, it's not going to work. Cricut is providing blanks, or Michaels is providing blanks, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. They have been tested. Those blanks have been tested. Can you try it on other blanks? Yes. Is it going to work? I don't know. It's going to depend on the blank that you have. So my suggestion is, because this is a nice product and it is a good price point, but it can get pricey if you're wasting it by using it on things it won't work on. So that being said, we're just going to go and we're going to start here and browse all. Just going to open this in a new tab so that we can come back. The transfer sheets. You'll notice two different price points. One is $17.99 and one is $12.99. The $17.99 has 4 sheets in it. It comes with a test piece of fabric. It comes with it's got like one of the little silicone things in there, and we'll get into that in a minute. And it also has the butcher paper. No, you cannot use parchment paper or a Teflon sheet. Everybody repeat after me. No, you cannot use parchment paper and you cannot use a Teflon sheet. You want to use the stuff that is provided. And then the $12.99, I am guessing, has 2 pieces of the butcher paper in it, where this one has 4. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think they all have a piece of test fabric in them. Okay? So, that being said, there are several different ones, several different patterns, beautiful colors, lots of different things you can do with them. You can cut any shape, any word, whatever you want out of these guys. They are 12 by 12 sheets. Okay? And again, you cannot use parchment paper and you do not want to use a Teflon sheet. You will need a sheet of white cardstock. 80-pound Cricut white cardstock is perfectly fine, because you don't want your ink bleeding through, and we'll get into that in just a moment as well. So those are the things you're going to need. You're going to need a package of the infusible ink. You're going to need your easy press. It does not matter. I know there were rumors, and I got misinformation too, that you couldn't use the new press. I mean, the old press, it had to be the new one. That is wrong. You can use Easy Press 1, Easy Press 2. You will do different times. I'll get into that in just a minute. Or you're going to need a heat press. You cannot press in sections. Again, you cannot press in sections. You will get ghosting. it could slide and cause your print to be off, which is another form of ghosting. Ghosting is a double print, just barely off. And you could burn the ink where you press overlap your presses. And then if you don't overlap your presses, then you're going to have a piece that doesn't let the ink go into the shirt. Because what it's essentially doing is steaming the ink into the polyester of the fabric. And that's why it doesn't work on cotton. The Cricut shirts, and I'm going to go over there here in just a second. Let me get rid of that page. Here are the blanks. Like I said, you've got the baby bodysuit, which is like a onesie. You've got your men's t-shirt crew neck. You've got the women's t-shirt v-neck, a youth shirt. We have coasters, and we have a tote bag. And the coasters come in square and rounds. And if you click on them, you're going to see that it says these are available at michaels.com through 10/1. So they're exclusive at Michaels until that date. After that, you might find them in other stores and on cricut.com. But they have to be 95% polyester, 5% spandex. And as far as it being a one-time shot, you have one time to put it on the shirt, right? And if you shift it or move it or whatever, then yeah, you're going to have to start over, and there is no saving that shirt. So you want to be very careful when you're ironing on. You don't want to slide your easy press. You don't want to iron it like an iron. You want to set it down on there, and you want to leave it. So, and that is why I'm going to say, if you're using the little baby easy press, your image should not be bigger than that little baby easy press. If you're using the 9x9, your image should not be bigger than that 9x9. So if you plan on doing large shirts, large pieces and images, you need the large easy press, or you need a large heat press. Okay? Everybody with me so far? I know Jamie and them are answering your questions as quickly as they can if I'm not covering it. So if you have questions, put them in caps so that Jamie can see it. She'll be happy to help you out. And I'm going to give you all the information that I have, and then we can discuss it if you need. When you're pressing this on the shirts, if you're using an Easy Press 2, you are pressing at 385 degrees for 40 seconds. You are preheating before you do it for 15 seconds. It's a 15-second preheat. You're going to let it cool slightly. And then I'm going to tell you what the sandwich is. The sandwich is your Easy Press pad, your foam pad. Then you're going to put your shirt down, or your onesie, whatever. You're going to put that cardstock inside of it. Okay, if it's a flat piece of fabric, then you don't have to put it inside. You're going to put it under, but you're going to put it inside of it. Then you're going to put your transfer, and it is cut with the shiny side down. I don't have any to show you, but the color pretty side is up, and you do mirror. And then the backing is clear like transfer tape, and you're going to put that face up when you iron it on. So you will have to cut it with the shiny transfer sheet down, the carrier sheet down on the mat. Pretty side up, mirror it, weed it, flip it over onto your garment that has the cardstock in between on top of the mat. And then you're going to put your butcher paper, not Teflon sheets, your butcher paper. So make sure that you put those in there. If you're using the Easy Press 1, you're going to preheat for 15 seconds to 20 seconds. 360 degrees, which is max for that press. And 120 seconds, 2 minutes. Okay, so that's the difference. And if you're using other than Cricut blanks and they're not the correct 95.5 spandex and poly, then your image may not be as vibrant. Because when you look at the iron-on itself, or the infusible ink, it's not an iron-on. When you look at the infusible ink, they can look kind of dull, but they are going to get bright when they are infused into the fabric. They're going to brighten up. So when they're looking dull and you're looking at them, they are going to get probably about 10 times brighter than what you're seeing looking at it. And then we have the pens, infusible ink pens. There are 10 colors, and you see 4 packs, and that's because these are the 1.0s, and then these are the 0.4s. So one is a heavier tip than the other. When you're drawing your image, you're probably going to want to use the 0.4s, and then you're going to take them off and you're going to color them with your heavier. So what that means is these are used on copy paper. You can use laser or regular copy paper with these. Okay? And then you can iron them onto the blanks. So you can create anything you want. Laser is going to be better. You can use copy paper, but laser is better. Laser costs less. I'm pretty sure. I think the laser paper is less. Am I right about that, Jamie? But it's just regular copy paper. So, and I think the difference is if you use regular copy paper, it absorbs more of the ink or something like that as you're coloring and stuff, and it's not going to be as vibrant. The same thing with your blanks of fabric on the sheets. If you're using those sheets and you're using a 65 polyester blend and 35 spandex, it's not going to be as vibrant. Yes, for the best transfer, you want to use laser. But you can use regular if you don't have it, if you're in a pinch. So, but I'm going to say you want to use laser. We have a new subscriber. Thank you. So, is everybody clear on that? So when you're buying your pens, don't just think, uh-oh, I have to have one set of these and one. You're probably going to want all of them. And from what I understand, I don't know, this is what I heard from watching several videos and watching questions and the answers that people got. Each pen has 400 feet of ink in it. I don't know that to be absolutely 100% positively true, but that is the answer that I saw. So, that has a lot of ink in there. They're going to last you for a while, and you're going to be able to take any image in Design Space, bring it in there, change it to draw, then you can draw it with these fine points, and then you can go in and you can color it in with the heavier. And if you want to do the whole drawing in fine and not color it in, you can do that too. So, tons of things. This is opening up a whole new thing for you guys. Okay? To do the coasters, you're going to want these pens. Okay? You can color and do anything that you want on those coasters with the copy paper and these pens. So if you're saying, hey, I want to try it, I don't want to do all of that with the easy press and all of that with the fabrics, and you have the small press, these are perfect for the coasters. Yeah, and you don't want to use these things for anything except your infusible ink projects. Hetty, yes. I'm going to say yes. I don't know that for a fact because I haven't gotten mine yet, and I haven't done it, but that was one of my plans to do. I apologize, guys. My voice is still going. Um, I'm going to try it. I'm going to get them and I'm going to try. I'm going to color on a stamp and stamp it onto a coaster and see. So, but you can most definitely put it on that stamp, stamp it onto the paper. Boom. There you go. And if you have a Misty, you could color it a couple of times if you need to. But these pens are specific to be used with the ink infused system. Okay? Is everybody still with me? So now we've covered the sheets, we've covered the pens and markers, and we've covered the blanks. So now, and some of you are going to ask, and I know you're going to try it, before you rush out and go to Amazon and you get a ton of blank sublimation coasters, I'm going to say, do the Cricut ones first so you know how it's supposed to look. Then if you want to try those on Amazon, because I see a ton of people asking and saying that, oh, I can get it for less, try it on the Cricut blanks first. And I'm not saying that because I'm an affiliate and I'll make money, because if you don't use my link, I don't make anything. I'm just saying I'm going to try these first before I compare it to anything else, so that I know when I'm saying, hey, yes, I used this, I can give you the buts, but it wasn't as vibrant or it worked just as well. I'm not going to be able to give you those answers until I have tested it. And I will be testing both so that you guys get a good comparison, because I always want you guys to get the most bang for your buck. I don't want you spending $20 on a craft item that you can get for $5 if you don't need to. But we all know that the Cricut stuff is premium quality goods. They're not going to sell you something that is not top notch. So make sure that before you go testing these, let some of us let us do the testing for you, so you're not throwing your money out the window. Okay? So if you want to do it, please use the Cricut products and do it correctly, so you're not throwing your money out the window, and let us use those products to find out, oops, no, that's not going to work, so that you're not wasting your money. Exactly. Cricut is bringing you what gives you the absolute best results. And when you vary and you stray from those results, things may not always go according to plan. So, and thank you, Pat. And that's exactly why I have the Ko-fi and the Patreon and all that, is to help cover those costs, because we all know how expensive it is. So not only do I have to buy these, but I have to buy two, and then I have to buy the other products too, and then I have to compare them all and bring it to you guys so that you get good and true information. So that being said, when you go to do this, guys, and I have links, and I'm putting those in the groups, I don't know if I can post these links. Here's, guys, here is, I'm going to try it. Maybe it took that one. That one is for, that one I'm pretty sure is for the Cricut infusible ink products. This one is for these tutorials. And if you click on these links, guys, I will earn a small commission if you make a purchase after clicking these links. I will tell you that. I want to be completely transparent. When you see these share sale links, these are my affiliate links. It sets a cookie on your computer, and if you make a purchase after, I do earn a commission, but only if you make a purchase. And then this one is for the guide. Okay? So the first one was for the products. The second link is for this how-to help center. And the third one is for the new Easy Press guide. So if you had the old guide, you need the new guide. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I'm on the right camera. This is it. So these are your tutorials. How to use the transferable sheets. And I'm showing you this because this is where you need to go and read these and look on it before you order your product. I'm saying do this before you order your product, not after. Make sure you have everything that you need to do it and that you're refreshed. Am I going to do some tutorials so that you and show you guys how this is done? Yes, I am, but I have to get the product first as well. Yes, I will put these links down in the description of the video. I don't know if it will let me do that while we're live, but I'm going to do it right now just to see. It'll be right under thank you for the in advance for your support. And I put it in there, and then hopefully it will save when I exit the stream. So you will find the tutorials, the guide, and the product. Okay, great. You can see it now, Gerald. So make sure you go through these tutorials, guys, before you get your products and refresh yourself so that when you're able to order them, you can. Now, here's the thing about ordering. I got 2 different dates. I don't know. I am told that you can order on the 16th of the month from Michaels, and there is my Michaels link. You can order the 16th online, not for in-store pickup, but you can order online for delivery, and it's probably not going to ship until the 21st, but if you want to ensure that you're going to get the product, because I have a feeling it's going to be huge, I have a feeling it's going to sell out fast. As soon as I see it on the Michaels site, I will let you know. Have that link ready so you can shop. That is my affiliate link. I will earn a commission if you use that link and shop at Michaels. It's really small, but I will earn a commission as soon as it's available. I don't know that 16th online order date is good, but I will check for you guys. I do know that it will be in the stores at Michaels on the 21st, and it will be available in other stores and on Cricut October the 1st. So if you want it before October the 1st, you're going to have to get it from Michaels. And I'm pretty sure that that information was correct. Okay. And now you have the new Easy Press guides over here. They work the same way as they did before, but now we have infusible ink. Whether you're using the pens or the sheets, you'll need to select that. You'll need to select what you're putting it on. Click apply, and it's going to tell you the temp and the time. Okay? It is a cold peel, guys. And you can see that the infusible pen marker is a different temp. That's 360 for 300 seconds on the old Easy Press. If I'm using the Easy Press 2, and I select the same thing, what did I select? Coasters? It's 400 degrees for 240 seconds. Thank you, Jamie, for confirming those dates for me, because I got 3 different sets of dates, and I wanted to be sure that I had them correct when I went live, and they do look correct. The 16th online, the 21st in the stores, exclusively until October the 1st. Okay. Thank you, Jamie. So Guys, you can see how much the temperature varies on these as to what you're putting them on. See, 400 for 60 seconds on the square coaster if you're using a sheet. And you saw that it was 40 degrees less and more time for the pins. So it's very important that you have this guide up when you go to do your project so you don't mess up. And you can see that they even show you the sandwich, okay, for whatever it is you're doing. And I think they're using butcher paper on both of those. They may be using, yep, one of them's 80-pound cardstock. And you've got a lint-free cloth in there. Guys, this is very, very, very important. You need to make note of this because it's not in here. And a lot of people that have already tested the material know you need a lint roller when you're doing anything fabric. Anything fabric, you're going to need a lint roller because lint is on everything, okay? Even brand new stuff, there's lint on it, okay? Before you put that transfer on there, before you heat the shirt, you want to lint roll it. Because if you don't, and you put this transfer down on this, yes, it has to be a sticky. You have to get all the lint off your shirts. Any fabric that you're putting, any fabric, I'm not going to say just shirts, any fabric you put this on, you need to lint roll it. If you don't, and you put this down and you iron it on and then you peel it off, the first time you wash it or you brush it, everywhere there's a piece of lint, you're going to have a white dot. There ain't going to be any ink there because it's on that piece of lint you lost. Does that make sense? Everybody understand that? Because you don't want to infuse that ink into the lint that's going to come off of that shirt after the fact. So you need to take care of the lint before you do your iron-on. This is going to give you guys a whole new world of design, but it's not going to be easy weed, okay? This is not an easy weed application. This is not a StarCraft printable application. This is your screen print on steroids, your sublimation. So, and it can be a little bit scary, Bonnie, if you've never done it before, but it's not really that difficult. The only reason we're stressing all the things you need to do is because for $18 for 4 sheets of transfer, we don't want you to waste that, okay? A lot of research and development went into these products, and they are not the cheapest products you can use, but they will last longer than the cheapest products you can use. They will last many, many, many washings. If you've ever gone somewhere like Walmart and bought a shirt that had a design already on it, looks like it was made into the fabric, that's what this is, okay? It is actually, you're actually dyeing the fibers of the fabric. And that's why it's important to make sure that you have the 95 polyester 5% spandex and not cotton, because cotton will not take the dye. It's just going to sit there on the top. It's not going to go in. And you're going to be upset that you wasted your ink, your infusible ink. Good idea, Pat. That was my thing. I thought that it might be easier for you guys to start with the pins and maybe the coasters or the pins in a onesie and go from there, because here's the price rundown, guys, just so you all know. The 4-pack of the transfer sheets, $17.99. The 2-pack is $12.99, but it comes with your fabric piece to test on it comes with there's a silicone pack in there, guys, because here is another thing that you need to know. Make sure that your hands are clean. I would even suggest maybe wearing vinyl gloves, because if you have the oils, natural oils on your hands, or if your hands are sweaty naturally, you can cause the ink to come off on your hands. That will not happen to everybody, but just so if you're one of those people that you know and you're aware, because everywhere you touch it, it could affect the outcome of your ink. So you want to handle it as little as possible. It comes wrapped in a black plastic. You want to keep that little silicone pack in there when you store it, because it is sensitive to moisture and handling, and make sure that and to light. You want to keep it kind of dark. So keep that dark overwrap on it when you're not using it, or when you're storing it, and you keep that silicone pack in there. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it coming off later. There's nothing to peel. Once you pull this up, it pulls everything off of it except the ink. The ink is the only thing that stays on the shirt. The transfer itself does not stay. And I agree with that, Gerald, to a point. I don't make shirts to sell except on rare occasions where I get this order and they beg and plead for me to do it. But as a gift or something special for myself or my husband or a close family member, or like I said, it's a gift for somebody, I think it's well worth the cost. If you're planning to sell, is it cost effective for that? Probably not. But these are made for crafting. Cricut makes their products for crafters who want to craft. And can you make money using your Cricut? You most certainly can, because we have like cardstock. Cricut has a very good cardstock, very good price point, and it's great. Can you get cheaper cardstock? Yes. When you make a project with that to sell, can you tell the difference between the Cricut and the cheaper price point? You most definitely can. But you can get more money for the premium product. So if you're selling, can you make a $10 t-shirt to sell on Etsy with this? I don't think so. I wouldn't. For something like this, I wouldn't sell it if I'm selling not less than 25. That's going to cover my whole pack of my ink sheets, my transfer sheets, and my shirt. So, and I've got 4 shots at it with the 4 different pages in there. So, I mean, it's something that everybody's going to have to decide for themselves. But, I mean, I think it's an excellent product. Like I said, I can't give you much more information than what I've given because I haven't put my hands on it yet. I haven't tested it. I haven't compared it. I do plan to do that as soon as I can get my hands on it, so that you guys will have all the information before you make a decision. And just because, this is my thing, just because it's being released on the 16th and it's probably going to go fast and it's probably going to sell out, guys, they're going to make some more. They're going to get some more. So if you don't want to rush out and grab it first thing and you want to see what some people are doing with it first, by all means, yes, wait. There's no need to rush to do anything. I'm pretty sure that when you bought your Cricut, you thought about it for a little while before you jumped up and bought it. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. But I think that you're going to be impressed with some of the things it will do. I think that you're going to like some of the things you can do with it. And I think that to get started, that the pens and maybe the coasters and your copy paper are the way to go. And see what you can do. Because if you buy a onesie and it's not the right makeup component of the blanks, you're out a little bit of ink from your pens and a piece of copy paper and a $2 or $3 onesie. You're not out a whole lot of money. So So, like I said, as soon as I can get my hands on it, guys, I am going to order it. I'm not going to order every color and every pattern that they have. I'm going to pick a couple of them. I'm going to pick a couple of blanks, and I'm going to go from there so that I can show you guys. And I will buy some off brands just to see if they work, and let you guys know. Should you be buying these blanks, or can you use other blanks? I'll answer all those questions as fast as I can get my hands on the product and test it. Exactly, Gerald. Baby steps. Baby steps. There's no need. I'm not, I mean, would I like to have every single color that they make and every pattern that they make to test and show you guys? I most definitely would. But what if I get all of that and I don't like it? You know? So, I mean, because we all like different things, we all use different things. I like Nuvo drops. Some of you guys like stickles. It's all in what you like. So, take baby steps. Get one package of the sheets. Get a pack of the pens. Check it out. Try it. See what you like. But you don't have to jump in and get it all at one time or be the first person on the block to get it. And you can see how it goes and how it applies, and see if that's something for you. Because I've heard some of you guys say, no, I don't want to do that. Iron-on is easier. It is, but iron-on is a totally different craft from this. This is a totally different, this is a whole new craft, a whole new thing. So did everybody get all your questions answered on the new product that we can answer? Or some that we didn't mention or didn't bring up that you want answers to? Please let me know so that I can write them down and get you an answer. And I did tell you guys not to move or depress or anything after you press it. Let it cool completely. I told you about the lint. Told you about getting white cardstock. Don't use colored cardstock. %100% polyester, Pat. It's possible. I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. Simply because they're using a 95.5 blend, and that's what they got the best results with. So I'm pretty sure with all of their research and development that they tested everything. I saw some people say as long as it was 65% it could be used. I don't know. I'm going to say that the 65% is not going to be as vibrant, which is the reason for this. That's the whole thing, guys. The whole name of the game here is the vibrancy. The type of transfer that you're doing, how it will last, and how it will look for down the road in a year, 2, 3. That's what this is about. It's not about an iron-on that will lift off after 4 washes because we used a household iron. It's a totally different ball game. We have progressed from football to rugby. So this is a whole new game. Thank you, Gerald. So I said that we got, I'm looking at my notes, guys. I have scribbled so many notes and marked out so much stuff that was incorrect information. I told you guys to use butcher, not parchment. No Teflon sheets. Da, 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 da. You can use laser or copy, but you want to use laser. Oh, when you're drawing, if you're going to get the pens and you're going to try the drawing, then when you're in design space, you need to flip that image, or because I don't know if you can, Jamie, can we mirror? We can mirror drawing on the mat page. Regardless, you can either flip it on the canvas or mirror it on the mat page for your draw, but you do have to do that. It has to be written on the copy paper backwards because you're going to color it and then you're going to flip it over. Good question, because that was in my next note. I hadn't. Now, the ones that I saw used a blue mat. I'm pretty sure you could probably use the green mat, but let's just hit make it. Go over here. If you're on a, excuse me guys, I'm sorry about my voice. If you are on a Explore machine, put your dial on custom. If you're on a maker, you just select your material, and this is where you'll be if you put your dial on custom, guys. You can click browse all materials and type in ink, and here's your infusible transfer, and I'm just gonna select it and say done, and it's gonna tell you exactly what you need. Now of course you're not gonna need that, but it's gonna cut with the fine point blade. Okay, just remember, if you're on an Explore, you have to go to custom, and then you'll get that material list. And if you're on your maker, you're just going to do the, yeah, I would suggest the green mat too, but copy paper probably on the blue. Don't you think, Jamie? Right. I just saw a couple of them using the blue mat for the transfer, and it does come rolled in those boxes, so they kind of fought it a little bit. So green might be a better friend on the sheets, but definitely for your copy paper, you'd want to go blue. So, but either way, you could probably just use blue for everything and it would be just fine. It's going to be totally up to you. And you do mirror the sheets as well, guys. You do mirror. Yes, you do mirror your sheets. I covered all of that. Covered the blanks. And it does say that if you use anything other than the Cricut blanks, you could get iffy results or have a different vibrancy. The coasters, I am told, are ceramic, and they do have a coating on them to accept the dye. And I think that covered everything. And they are 12 by 12 sheets, guys, just in case I didn't say that. Is everybody good with that? All right, guys, thank you for bearing with me while I was sick and I didn't do the live yesterday and combining them today. I appreciate your patience on that. I will be going live again on Saturday at 10. I haven't decided what our project is. I have something in mind if I can complete it. I've been working on it, but it's not ready and I haven't tested it. I'm not even finished designing it yet. But I was sent something that I was asked to try to make, so I'm working on it. So everybody's questions are answered. Nobody has any more questions? Thank you guys. Thank you moderators. Thank you patrons. Thank you Ko-fi supporters. And if you support me on Ko-fi, then of course you'll get this file. If you support me monthly on Patreon or Ko-fi, you get the files. They have already been uploaded. Yes, I'm going to try. I'm doing much better than I was, guys. I haven't coughed this whole time, hardly. Well, I mean, a couple of little ones, but nothing like a 5-minute coughing spell I was having yesterday. I know I couldn't have gotten through the live yesterday. There was no way. Oh, you're welcome, Hetty. Thank you all for joining me. And again, if you have any questions, anything we didn't answer, or anything that you think of that you forgot to ask, come over to the groups and ask them. And I'll see you guys on Saturday, 10 a.m., and we will have some sort of project to do. And it may not have anything to do with Father's Day, it might be an any occasion thing. You guys have a wonderful week.